Kia ora whānau. I've come home and I've been reading Beth Holbrook's comment saying families that can't afford to have their children shouldn't have them. And I found that comment to be sad on the one hand, disgusting on the other, and also a little vacuous in the sense of humanity. I'll give a few reasons as to why. First reason is this. We are a society that prides itself, or used to pride itself, on our moralistic and our humanistic ways. The idea that we would care for people, that we were there to look after people. So we have always been about standing up for those people who can't help themselves. Michael Joseph Savage brought in a wonderful program to help those who found themselves on the outer. That we have looked after people when they needed help. So the idea that families who can't afford to pay for children shouldn't have them is quite scary. It suggests that we want to throw families onto the heap, that we are happy if certain bloodlines are removed because they just can't pay their way for now. It also suggests that these people will never come out of that poverty. And so it takes away a lot from the very ideals that made this nation such a beautiful, wonderful nation to grow up in. The other reason why this comment was quite degrading, I thought, was that it had elements of eugenics in it. That is, the set of ideals or principles that look at improving a group of people or a race using genetics. And it seems a very scary thing to have said that unless you have certain level of financial ability, only then can you have a family. Until then, you should not be having any kids whatsoever. If we are saying, if families can't afford to have children, you shouldn't have them. What happens in a climate where there are certain ethnic groups who are just weaker because we haven't had it as long as the other groups? Do we wait for the mandate of the government to come back to we will look after people and protect them from unethical practices? We will protect them from the industry of indebtedness? Or do we keep on following along this idea of you may as well not have a family as a legal right? And so those comments that are made by ACT are terrible comments. They are not moral. They are not humane. And they are not good for society. They are anti-family. They are anti-society. And perhaps that's also another reason why ACT are pro-suicide, and that they seek to implement a policy that will increase suicide, and that they will increase killing of unborn babies. Perhaps that is also why. These are questions that you need to ask before the 23rd of September. The Conservatives have always been for family, and we have always been for life. That's why we do what we do. Ngā mihi nui ki a koutou katoa.